Hello and welcome back. Welcome to Karma on Deck. This is your weekly reading for the sign of Leo for August 25th. Been talking to Gemini and Cancer this afternoon, and we're going to be busting it out and talking a little bit more about was Mercury retrograde coming up soon, so we can have a little energetic planning for it, so we know what energy to play with and what kind of things to expect. They all move differently, and that's something it's taken me years to understand. Once I started studying astrology, a full moon is no longer just a full moon. Mercury retrograde is no longer just Mercury retrograde. It is literally a whole combination of different effects or lack of. All right. Let us take a look and see what your Leo, we're on Leo. See, this is why I try and only do one or two at a time, because I get. All right, Six of Cups, vacation, travel, things lightening up. You've got the Sun card, summertime. Five of Wands as well. What is it you're afraid of, Leo? You've got the Moon card. So the Moon card talks to us about what's the word? Unreasonable fear, or even wisdom, where we go from past experience and we have an event that comes up and we're like, oh shit. So you have the Moon card. So it's a necessary journey. This would be like, I have to file for the divorce, or I have to put my 2-week notice in. You have to do it. There's no way around but just like ripping the Band-Aid off, because we don't like to feel uncomfortable. We don't like to have to make waves, etc. But the Moon card has to do with a necessary journey that we have a little bit of reservation about, okay? We have the Five of Swords. So it tells me that there might be a little drama or conflict going on around you that will possibly find its release or find its ending soon. Because right next to this here, the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, we see things getting a little easier. So conflict, tension's going to release. I also see the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups talks to us a little bit about new beginnings in relationships. It's a small card. It's not kind of like our Ace, where our Ace kind of comes in and everything's flipped upside down and we have an entire new beginning. But the Page of Cups talks about, possibly even a tryst. Or if you have if you're married, this is where you have like a honeymoon phase with your sweetheart, or even meeting someone new for those of you that are single. Page of Cups has to do with that new relationship energy where it's all exciting and fun and playful and things are going to get easier. You have the Lovers card in play. So there might even be some lovers relationship type energy going on for you. You have both the Sun card and the World card. You have the Moon, the Lovers, and where's the other one that I saw? Yeah, so that's 5 major cards in this 10 card spread for you. So you might be feeling as if some of this energy has the weight of the world on it, or major changes that come in with this kind of influence make us kind of shock a little bit and stutter, especially if they're good. A lot of us have the other shoe's gonna fall kind of energy, and what this talks to us about is things improving to the point of celebration. You have the Six of Cups. It references celebration. That's why I said possibly vacation, because sometimes this refers to us going on the water or being around something that's more of a vacation rather than being just the day-to-day stuff. Maybe it's a retreat, maybe something like that. I can tell you that Leo is looking closely at their money right now. We have the Six of Coins, Four of Coins. So the Four of Coins, how am I going to make this money? How am I going to get this to how am I going to get this handled? How am I going to get this to play right for me? So you're looking to maybe make an investment, or maybe looking to improve your budget in some ways. So with all of these cards, all I can tell you is you have a firm foundation, Four of Wands and Four of Coins. These are foundation numbers, right? And bases. And if you look here, we have the Nine of Wands, which tells us that you're halfway to where it is you think you want to go. And sometimes, here's the thing about beginning things, right? So I can talk about my business now in a different way than I used to, because initially it was all about how am I going to do it? Now I am doing it, but it took me years to get where I am. It took years of planning, little small steps. So if you aren't feeling that you have anything done, or it doesn't feel like it's moving, remember, a foundation is the hardest part. You put the walls and the plumbing and all these other things up afterward, right? But the foundation is the most important part. And the more careful you are with laying this foundation, the stronger the entire structure is. So don't look at the Nine of Wands as being something like of work, right? Or having to put moves down or continue to do things. It tells us you're halfway there. Whatever foundation you've put is most definitely solid enough to be building upon. So with the World card and the Sun card, they both play with joy and fulfillment in different ways. World has to do with travel in some ways, but it also has to do with contentment. Are you afraid to be content right now? Because the Lovers card has to do with dichotomy. It has to do with that push and pull of making decisions. Often, now this one to me doesn't look like two lovers. I mean, it could if it's rough and tumble. But if you look at this card, it looks to me like two people clashing. And sometimes this is energy that talks about two opposing sides coming together or trying to. So this is that struggle within here, and a decision needs to be made. This is also foundation. Both of these are about foundation, actually. This is a 4 as well. So I do have one question as well for you. I'm seeing the Page of Wands, which has to do with schooling or education or taking on or learning something new. With the Page of Wands, it tells us this isn't something that's going back to, like, you might, I mean, for some of us, it's finishing school. We only have 3 classes to get our degree, or we want to take an 8-week course, or some of us want to go back to nursing or something, and we can take a course to get us refreshed, or an online course, or something that might take a few months in a craftsmanship or a trade. It's a little smaller than that. Let's pull some cards for you from the divination of, Mystic Dreamer, and see what your moon reading is. Let me know if that worked for you, how you felt that resonated or not. If it doesn't resonate with you, it may not be in this moment, or it might be awareness later. Just let it sit. All right. Well, all right. Got some exciting things coming up. Tarot 101 class, meditation tonight. There's also a body positivity class coming up with a workshop for women and ladies. Hit me up if you're interested in that. I'm looking for another location. Might even just do it here. We'll just have to get creative. Feeling like you want to be wild, come play with me. Okay, here we go. Leo moon. 6 of Cups. 4 of Swords. Can you hear my snoring dog? Sounding like an old man on the floor. I had somebody one time go, oh my God, is somebody snoring? I'm like, not somebody, the doggo. Okay, again, you have the Tower card. So for you, Leo, we've got the 9 of Swords. We have the Tower card. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the 9 of Cups. Is this 9 of Cups? No, 7 of Cups. So 9 of Cups and 7 of Cups both talk to us about whether to enjoy or feel overwhelmed by some of these things. Again, you have the Page of Cups, so new relationships, new beginnings. You have a lot of cups in your emotional sector right now in your brain. You have the King of Cups, 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 6 of Cups. That is 5, no, one more, and the Page of Cups. So you have 6 out of your 10 that are having to do with emotions and love and how you're feeling about things. None of these are really terrible, but are you concerned about how it is you're communicating your feelings? Are you worried about your words landing right? Do you owe someone an apology, or does someone owe you an apology? We also have the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. The 9 of Swords, those things you obsess about. Now, this doesn't always have to be insomnia, right? But you have these 9 swords. That's that runaway train our brain becomes when we have things on our mind and we can't shut our brain off to fall asleep. And we lay there, or even just to the point of obsessing. So this can sometimes mean insomnia. But with these 2, and this one, these swords all tell me that you're having a hard time making decisions, processing information, and you don't want to talk to people. This is hiding out. This is my Snow White card. We have the 3 of Swords, which is miscommunication. You're very worried about what you say, how it's received, and if that's in alignment with you, right? You're very overwhelmed, and maybe you have a little social anxiety, or maybe you're feeling a little bit on the spot about things. So EQ, King of Cups, 2 of Cups. I'd be inclined to believe that there's a little bit of relationship energy going on for you with the 2 of Cups in play, and how you're communicating your emotions to this individual. King of Cups, EQ. Knight of Wands, a request. Are you asking somebody out, Leo? Are you asking someone for their attention? Because that's what this card sometimes refers to, as well as the Page of Cups. So this can be an apology. Page of Cups means new beginnings with a relationship. I can tell you that you're feeling overwhelmed about a lot of these emotions. And the most important thing to you right now is family, or even if it's not your family, it's about your community and your followers and your, not followers, sorry, your tribe, your group of people, to where you want to make sure that it's harmonious. Okay. 10 of Pentacles is another card that's in here that talks to us about how you're building your legacy and what footprint you're leaving and how your money looks and what you're doing with it. You want to know that it's sustainable. You want to know that it's moving in a positive direction. So a lot of this energy is just overwhelm. That's what I would say. Frustration and overwhelm, a little bit of excitement. If you reframe fear into excitement and the feeling is the same, your interpretation can be different. Let's pull one more card from Divination of the Ancients for your oracle card for this week. Remember, the answer to every question is love. That's why I have green. Oh! You can't see it with my green screen then, so it's invisible. And love is invisible. For heart chakra. My silly self. Okay, here's your card. Thank you for hanging out with me. For your focus for the rest of the week, it is numerology, precision. So be concise with your decision making. Be concise. Pay attention to numerology. Find out what it is trying to tell you. Are you wanting to learn numerology? Astrology was the card for Cancer. Phrenology. I pulled another one. You've got certainty, precision, and certainty. So before you move forward with anything, be certain. And if you can't be certain, I can tell you this one equation works for everything. If you know yourself, you can figure out what you want in any equation. It's either a yes or a no. Because your own self, especially if you're meditating, you know the sound of your own voice, right? Trust yourself. Be certain in that. Love and light, I want to thank you for hanging out with me, and I will catch you on the flip side.